watching this show from. Welcome to MinkLife Motivation. Is it just me or you dread Monday? Let's find out. Good morning, everyone. Welcome, Omolola. I'm so happy to have you here with me today. How are you?
I am doing wonderful.
Wonderful. Good thing it's
Really
not
great to
Monday
be here.
because it seems like we're going to talk about
Monday?
are we hating
No.
Mondays? Let's find out. Today is Wednesday.
Ah, yeah.
Yeah, don't if you're watching the show from online, don't be shy to leave a comment in the chat. We love interacting with the people that are watching live. It's you're welcome to do that. No problem. So I'm really excited to get started today. And so let's talk about the first question, Omololo. Why is having a career you are passionate about important for a professional to thrive in your life and business?
Business. A push. I think that's really really key because you need something that keeps you motivated. Um, I know people talk a lot about, which is something I've always thought about. Finding your why, and they kind of make that something physical that one can touch, but I think it has to be more than that. And it comes from what you're passionate about, because when you're passionate about something, it's not going to seem like you're working, because you're enjoying every bit of building it up. So that gives you that umph to go on, even if sometimes you could get bogged down, feel like, okay, I'm not getting ahead of anything. But because it's a passion, it's something that's living even within you. You don't stop thinking about it. So it's not a job, it's not work, that sort of thing. That's what I think. Yeah.
Thank you. I agree with you. I've had moments in my life where the work I was doing, I was not really passionate about. And it was a drag. Yes, I dreaded Monday. I didn't want I was like, oh no, not Monday again. I wish it was Saturday again. Because if you're not if when I was not passionate about the work I was doing, then I didn't want to do it. But when you decide, when you find your passion, when you find your why, when you find the who you want to help, and even if it's a job, because there's jobs that are very rewarding. I'm an entrepreneur, so I talk on the side of entrepreneur, but there are jobs that people love going to. They love, like, for example, I met a a postman that love his job like crazy. Like you say, I'm up early, I finish early, I'm out, I walk, I meet lots of people. I love my job. So for him, getting up and going to work was like, hey, I do my workout, I carry some weight, so it's like good for the bone density. So when you do something, whether it's an you're an entrepreneur, or whether you have a job, if you're passionate, if you succeed to find what you're passionate about, then you're happy to work. You're not there looking at the clock and say, oh, how long before the end of the day.
Yeah.
There's time where I could work until 10, 11 o'clock at night, and I have to force myself to go to bed because it's like, okay, I have lots of works to do tomorrow. But once I'm on a roll and I do things for my business, sometimes I get so excited that time doesn't matter. There's no time. So yes, it is very important for a person to find their passion, and that will bring them into having pleasure
Yeah.
with or without the work.
I totally agree with you. I mean,
Yeah.
as you were talking, I just remember I listened to like a 30-minute clip once on YouTube by Earl Nightingale, and it had to do with the secret of success.
Hmm.
And he was trying to define success. I know this might not be like verbatim, but it was more like, success is that which you find. like living joy in. And
Yeah. Yeah.
and he gave a good example of, you could be someone who is at home, like moms who just being successful, they find the joy in
Yeah.
taking care of the home, taking care of the children, and and every aspect of their home. That is what gives them joy. That is
Yeah.
what gives them
That's success.
passion,
Yeah.
and that's success. So just finding that, and just to your point of not minding staying, late. When I did work a job, for a time I worked with the Girl Scouts in New York, and I took care of the overseas girls,
Yeah.
all the girls in the military bases and in embassies. I helped them start, their Girl Scout troops and everything. So that's me being excited on Monday mornings to see all the wonderful emails from across the world. But there was so much joy because I could stay late. But the thought of helping, you know, them feel have a little clip of home while away
Yeah.
was just
Yeah.
what made me love that job.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
cool. That's really cool. Somebody said, I want to work a boring job when I grow up. Okay.
Nobody wants to do that, right? Yeah.
No. So let's pass to the second question. So, why are you passionate about helping people to thrive using your zone of genius?
Hmm. Now that is a whole my whole thing for me is how letting women find themselves when it comes to finance in whatever way that speaks to them. And I think that's really, really important because a lot of times we can be very skittish about really wanting to understand how our money is coming and where it's going, and not being able to really focus on, what you hear in the news, and inflation, that kind of thing. It's just scary. You don't want to. But coming to understand that money is energy that you have to allow to work for you. You can approach it in understanding that we have enough, we have everything we need. So having that peace of mind, I really think is key, because when we have peace of mind with ourselves and our finances, we're healthy. Our emotions don't go, you know, disarray. And, as women, we carry a lot of our stress in our tummies. So we won't have all those digestive issues. And, the body will be so calm, and you have a pleasant, calm life. So looking at finances from that point of view, that is my passion. And not only for, women who have an understanding, even if you don't, there's always a place to start. And I think that is really, really important. um yeah, so
Great. Thank you so much. So, why is passionate about helping other people with thriving using your zone of genius? Well, for me, I like as a serenity expert, I found that my passion is actually to help people to become more serene and peaceful in their life, which mean that can be in any area of their life. Like I've been specializing lately on professional empty nesters to not be stressed out once the kid leaves. When your kids are 13, 14, then you think, oh, I can't wait for them to leave the nest, to leave the house. I can have peace. I don't have to deal with all the drama. But in reality, once the house is quiet and calm, then there's a shock that come and you feel like, oh, I'm lonely now. What am I doing with my life? So my zone of genius is really to talk with those people and to bring that ideas that it's important for them to plan when the kids are going to be left, in order to really see what they want to do with their life. What are they planning to do? What's your exit strategy as a parent? And what are you going to discover? It's like a breakout after many years in a relationship. Often people lose themselves because they give it all to the relationship, and then they don't have it, they don't think about themselves. And we know parents are a lot of parents are selfless, meaning that they go last. The last person that they will take care of is themselves. So that's why it's important for me and it's important for you to find it also as an entrepreneur or in your business, to find how to thrive in your business and how to find your using your zone of genius, because you can help so many people by tapping into what you're good at and how you can support other with what you've learned over the years, and you can support other people.
Yeah, that's, I really like what you said there. It's so important. You know what I do nowadays when I go to the store and I buy stuff?
Yeah.
I buy something for myself. Even
Yeah, that's
I mean,
good.
even if it's just like a sneaker bar, I'm not
Yeah, yeah.
buying everything for everyone in my household, you know.
Then you make the effort of thinking about yourself. You make the effort of say, even if it's just having a 20 minutes quiet time, you put a post up, do not disturb mom. Because how many kids do you have? Six?
I have three.
Three? It's
Three
enough. It probably
three
looks
that
like
look like
six.
six.
Yeah, it probably feels like six because they bring their friends and
Yeah,
everything, and the
yeah.
house probably always full. But even with three children, right? I mean, that's a handful. And then being able to say, okay, this is my 15 minutes. My dad, for example, we there was three daughters in the house, and for him, his quiet time is he would prepare dinner. He was the one preparing food at home, so he would prepare dinner, and then it could sit for 15 minutes. And what he would do is he would go sit outside in the summer. He would grab a beer, sit looking at the sun, and enjoy his beer before dinner. And we would do our things and all that. And then
Mhm.
after that, he would call us, okay, dinner's ready. That was his, okay, now I've finished dinner. I just want to relax.
Yeah.
And then after that, he would call us. So it's important to really take the time to supporting yourself, and by being the person you're meant to be and taking care of yourself, you'll be a lot more um, useful,
Yeah.
right? Like your energy will be a lot higher, and then you can support a lot more people. So our next question: stay inspired. How has not enjoying your career been a problem for you in the past, and how did you overcome it?
Hmm.
I guess I'm starting. No, Omolola, you go.
No, no, you go. You go. I've been
Like,
starting, so you go.
you go ahead.
Well, let me see. For me, even being an entrepreneur and coming from that point of view of you're expected to be better, to do 101%. I'm trying to build a business for myself, but I'm coming from that work mode,
Yeah.
you know, and still giving myself those standards, you know, completing tasks
Mhm.
at ridiculous times. So, um, part of what I do is business financing, and that allows me to really help folks across the world with different types of financing and all that. So that means I have contacts in different countries, and at a point, just to make sure some things go right. And you'd be surprised that even in the entrepreneurial world, there are people who, like, there are other business so-called partners that want to control you, or give you all the administrative stuff to do. They don't want to do paperwork and all that
Yeah.
good stuff. So I found myself being saddled with all that. And I found myself, not sleeping enough because I was awake till maybe 5 a.m. with a call in, different
Yeah,
countries.
different.
That
Yeah,
kind of.
that's what happened when you live and work in different countries. Yeah.
Yes. So, but then when I looked at my how much I was giving off to what I was receiving, there was so much imbalance that it took a toll on my body. So, and that's a beautiful thing about this lovely gift we have, which is our body. It'll tell you when it's had enough.
Yeah.
And my brain, I was in fight or flight for quite a while. So
Mhm.
I had to take a step back and you know give myself some very good self-love, I looked at my schedule. I decided to put myself on a 4-day work week.
Mm.
And I put in some boundaries, like there's some certain times of the day that I will not take a call,
Mhm.
or even if it's international and it's my end of day of doing anything here, I'm sorry, that's it. You know, I turned off notifications, certain notifications on my phone, like
Yeah.
WhatsApp, things like that, and just gave myself the time to, and kind of restructured how I was doing business. I'm learning to automate more, so even in being an entrepreneur, you can get to that point that it looks like this is too much, even if it's your passion. Some you still have people, you still have others who, I don't want to use the word vampires, but there are people out there
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
who would, take advantage of
Yeah.
your willing to be there to work because you're excited about a project. For me, it's more of thinking of, oh, this person wants funding to maybe um, build, some nice homes. And I'm thinking of everybody who would be able to enjoy those homes. So I'm thinking of that to make this project happen. But, not everybody's thinking about that. So
Mhm.
just learning to really guard myself and watch, the process. So that's how I came out of all that funk. And I'm so grateful, for the process, that I'm grateful that it happened. So because
Yeah.
that way I was able to sit back, and say, okay, there's really nothing wrong with my passion. There's really nothing wrong with how I want to serve or how I want to help. But how am I presenting myself? How am I bringing myself to do that in a way that honors me and keeps me focused on that passion?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can understand that for sure. Like, when we are in situation, even as self-employed, like if you have people that dictate your schedule, and then it's on another time zone on top of that, I mean, it makes it really difficult.
Yeah.
And I can understand you making that no, I mean, I need to sleep at least between 11 and 6 in the morning. I
Yeah.
need to be quiet and take that time to sleep. If you put some limitation, right, I need some time for myself. And for myself, in some ways, I feel like I've made different choices in my life, as I've not been an employee very often. Like, I can't count in, one hand the number of job that I've had. And I was able to dictate, and I didn't have your problem, Omolola, as to being controlled by other people. But I've been able to dictate my own schedule. But when I was working, when I had a job, my work at some point, when I first moved to Vancouver, I was working in a computer animation company that was the beginning of 3D animation for TV shows and stuff like that. That was like the start of it. It was like, wow, innovation, right? It was so new. And these companies, they're sweatshop
Mhm.
for animator. Like, you get there at 7 in the morning, and you could stay there until 9 at night, and they feed you lunch, they feed you dinner, but work. As long as you work, we'll feed you, we'll take care of you. And that was difficult, to be under that pressure of having to perform, and you have to finish you're being given like a little certain scene. You're being
Mhm.
given a scene out of the show, and you have to finish it by a certain time. And if you're not, you stay here until you finish it. There's no way around it. So that was a little bit difficult. And the solution for that, well, I left, because I was like, no, I don't want to work on a sweatshop. I don't want to. That's not how I want to live my life. As much as it was fun and rewarding, because it was innovative, and we were like renowned here by in Canada for creating that show. And so that's why, but my well-being and myself was more important than working on that show. So it's important to really realize and take a step back from time to time and ask yourself, is this something I really want to do? Is it a choice, or is it something that's imposed on me and then I just tolerate it? If you find yourself tolerating too much, it's time to make a change,
Correct.
because eventually the tolerating something is an accumulation of stress, that physical stress and mental stress, that will make you eventually, like Omolola was saying, the body is very smart to let you know when you're doing something that's not right. You'll have signal, you'll start to have a cold more often, or you'll get body ache. There's different things that can show up that will tell you. It's like the check engine light in your car, but your body gives you warning also. So it's important to, if you find yourself tolerating too much and that you're not making any changes, your body will say, hey, you're not listening, I'll make you listen. You'll have heartburn, you'll have indigestion, you'll have,
Yeah.
name it. They'll send you signal, until one day when you're not listening. It's like, if same with the check engine light, if you don't take care of that, well, the engine might just blow up, and that could be your heart, that could be cancer, that could be anything. So it's important to, if you find yourself in situation that doesn't fit you, make changes. And if you don't know how, ask for help. There are people like me and other people that are there to support you in that path. We got to listen to our body.
We do.
Oh, here we go. That goes with the follow up with what we just talked about. So, why should we ask for help when we are trying to leverage your talents and passion? Omolola.
I think it's simple. I mean, we there's I'm Yoruba from from Nigeria, and there's a saying in Yoruba land that says the world is a
We
marketplace.
can hear your phone vibrate, I think.
Oh,
Somebody's vibrating.
yeah, there's a saying that says, the world is a marketplace. So we're here to give and receive. So if I'm not asking for help, is I have come to learn,
Hmm.
is me denying the other person the opportunity to serve,
Yeah.
and me not allowing myself to be out there to make that connection, because I cannot realize my passion by myself. I might be the beginning of the dream, but I'm not the end of it. So we have to keep that together. We have to understand that we're here, we're so in sync. We have to be in sync with one another to be able to achieve whatever we need, whether we're having running our own business, or even at a job. You want to maybe explore other areas of that particular job, or you want to excel in that field. You have to open yourself up for the help.
Yeah.
Find your tribe, find those people who you resonate with. We all can't resonate with each other. There I have come to understand that there are people in my life who have come to teach me, you know who are there to help me on my journey, and there are others who have come to teach me. So, and sometimes the teaching might be unpleasant, but that doesn't mean the lesson is.
Yeah.
So I'm more open now to actually ask for help than I was before, because
Hmm.
and it has really helped me, as a person grow, and I think I'm more healthy for it. So yeah.
That's great. Yeah, I agree with you. It's I've been a I can do it all on my own type of girl, for a long, long time. And what I realize is it's lonely out there, right? It's lonely when you try to do it all on your own, and when you don't ask for help. And you sometimes I found myself in the past, like, sitting down at night, say, I don't know how I'm gonna do all that, but not thinking that I could ask for help,
Yeah.
right? And eventually, slowly, I started to reach out to people, ask advice, ask recommendation, or even just being able to have someone doing it with me,
Hmm.
right? Like, there's stuff, or doing it for me. So, hey, can delegating and handing out things to other people can make such a big difference. In If it's not your genius, don't do it, right? Like, have other people to do it. Then it allows me to really concentrate on what I'm passionate about. And that goes back to the other question, right? It allow me to be concentrating on what I'm passionate about and what I want to do in my life. And So asking for help, and here at MinkLife we have such a great community that we can show up every day, and there's always someone that will be there to support you, and ask, you can ask for help. They can give you a recommendation. They can say, hey, let me show you how that works. And you know what I've been using also lately to ask for help is Chat GPT. I find that I do brainstorming with Chat GPT. I enter a question, and it's all about what you
Yeah.
ask them, right? I mean,
Hmm.
the AI systems.
Yeah.
If you're very concise with your question, well, you might get the answer you're looking for, and then can ask for clarification. So if there's nobody around to support me, then I go to ChatGPT and I do a bit of brainstorming, and it's interesting the things that comes out. Like give me different name. Here's what I want to talk about in my speech, and these are the topic, and give me a good name for my
Yeah.
speech, and then it will come out. Poop, poop, poop. Here's three suggestions. I was like, that's how I found my new website that's going to come up soon, which is
Wow.
the embrace the emptiness. And because I talk about empty nesters, but it also emptiness in your house, you feel empty, right?
Yeah.
So I Chat GPT came up with that, so thank you, Chat.
I like that. Yeah. That's a great support. And I think it's as more as we are able to embrace all this help more, and
Hmm.
utilize it to help our story, we get better at what we're doing and we're calmer. We're not, too stressed out. The
Yeah.
same thing, I want to write emails to, but I want it to feel cohesive and, the language to flow. I just put it there, pump it, rewrite this for me. And
Yeah,
what
yeah,
comes
these
out, I'm
tools
like,
are
whoa,
amazing.
okay, this is good.
I would have loved to write like that. I'll use that.
Yeah.
All right, what is the one tip for calibrating your life by focusing on your career?
Huh. For me, for, I would say the fact that I'm able to really touch on who I am with by helping people, which is really my main passion. And one thing that has helped me to be able to do that is collaborations, getting out there, networking, finding the people I want to work with who can help me further serve. So I really encourage everyone to find those other folks that may not necessarily be doing what you're doing, but you guys align in such a way that together you can do something better. So most definitely networking, coming to this awesome platform with MinkLife, and you can find a lot of folks here who are passionate, who are helpful, and lots goes on. So that would be my tip. Find your people, network, and have fun.
That's great. Yeah, absolutely. And my one tip is, well, actually it's a two side one tip. So let's say two side of the coin. So my one tip is, first of all, take care of yourself. Make sure that you don't forget yourself whenever you do whatever you do in your life, whether you're parents, whether you're an entrepreneur, whether you're an employee. Save time for yourself, even if it doesn't have to be half the day, but if sometime a 15 minutes or 20 minutes can make a difference to self-care. And the second tip is, don't do it alone. Don't try to do everything yourself and do it alone, and make sure you understand how to ask for help. And and then when you do, then you'll see everything will shift in your life. Everything will change, whether it's a coach, whether it's a community, whether it's a tribe. You will find that having these people that have your back and support you, it will make a big difference in your life. An announcement, Homololo, what do you have to announce?
I mean, So if you're in the, Atlanta area on May 18th, we'll be starting a women's investment club, which is really to help us really learn together everything. So, and I'm always open to connecting. So, um, book a time, let's talk and see where we can take it. Thank you.
Thank you, Omolola. And for myself, well, as I mentioned earlier, I'm a serenity expert. And what I do is I empower professional empty nesters to rock the second half of their life so that they can thrive and shift from crisis to oasis. So, whether you're an empty nesters or soon to be, don't wait until it's too late. I would love to have a chat with you. You can reach me at calendly.com/serenity expert, and we can have a conversation and see how I can support you and guide you into building your exit strategy of being a full-time parent. Even if you have a job, you'll find once your empty nest is empty, you'll feel like a lot of people I talk to, they feel like, oh my goodness, it's so empty, I don't know what to do with myself. And they say the kids come back in the house and then they leave again and they don't come often. So how do you handle all that? So I would love to have a conversation with you.
And that was an awesome show. But we have so many more announcements to help you with this topic and so many more. First of all, if you enjoyed the show with Omolola and with Denise, then we want you to join us. That's right. If you want to be on the show, you can join us by going to www.minklifemotivation.com/live and sign up to be a co host on the screen instead of on your couch. If you are enjoying the show and you think, you know what, I would really like to listen to more episodes on my way to somewhere else, or just walking in the neighborhood, or just because, well, no problem. You can listen on the go at all the places that podcasts are. So go to Spotify, Apple Podcast, or even iHeartRadio and check out our episodes at Mink Life Motivation Live. If you are interested in learning more about what we do at Mink Life Motivation, we have action planning courses and we have get shit done sessions. And they're going to help you really get your life in order and in place. You can register for all of our courses at www.minklifeuniversity.com. Back to you, Denise.
Wow, thank you so much. I invite you to follow these these direction and come and do a couple of courses with us because that's pretty amazing. I've done quite a few of them and I really enjoy that. So thank you so much, Omolola, to come to be here with me today. I think it was awesome show. I hope you guys enjoyed the show, and until next time, see you on the next show.